Everyone is sharing their predictions and analysis about the Raiders' quarterback search. Some believe the Raiders should sign an experienced quarterback through free agency or a trade, while others think they should select a young quarterback from the draft and develop him themselves. Among the 2025 draft prospects, one notable name is University of Colorado quarterback Shedeur Sanders. Many are projecting that the Las Vegas Raiders will land Sanders with their first-round pick. He is one of the top quarterbacks in the 2025 draft class. Many see him going in the top 5. If that is the case, then the Raiders will have to move up on the board to select Sanders in the 2025 NFL draft. But Sanders' decision has surprised the entire NFL. Now it has become quite challenging for the Raiders to address this situation. What's up, buddies? Welcome back. If you are new here, make sure you hit the subscribe button. We cover all AFC West news here on this channel. Sanders is coming off his best college season. He, along with his father, Deion Sanders, has helped turn around the Colorado football program. Now, Sanders will try to turn things around for the team that decides to draft him. On Sunday, it was reported that Sanders will not be participating in any of the NFL scouting combine drill. Sanders will instead only focus on interviews. Instead, he will focus solely on interviews, allowing teams to get to know him better as a person while letting his 4 years of college film speak for itself. He will showcase his throwing ability at his pro day, where he will work with 4 draft-eligible Colorado receivers. Shedeur was considered a first-round talent, though some scouts have graded him as a late first or early second-round pick. That said, everyone believes he will be selected much earlier because quarterback-needy teams tend to reach. However, recent reports suggest that not all NFL teams are sold on Sanders as a top prospect. Some scouts believe his skill set may not align with the modern NFL game. ESPN draft expert Mel Kiper noted NFL teams are reportedly cooling on him. Sanders is seen as lacking the mobility and quick decision-making NFL teams value. While Sanders shows some ability to avoid pressure, concerns remain about his ability to make reads and deliver accurately. Comparing him to pocket passers like Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert, and Patrick Mahomes, Sanders doesn't seem to possess their quick decision-making and field vision. Completion percentage alone doesn't tell the whole story, as it can be inflated by short throws or screens. Ball placement and accuracy on deeper throws are more critical in the NFL. While Sanders may still end up a first-round pick, especially given teams' tendencies to draft based on potential, the report raises valid concerns. In a recent podcast, Hondo Carpenter discussed the possibility of Raiders' potential draft picks, where he mentioned Shedeur Sanders' strengths and weaknesses, which he has noted from different NFL scouts. Carpenter argues that Sanders' biggest strength is his passing ability. Some scouts believe he's the best pure passer in the draft. He's pinpoint accurate, consistently hitting receivers in stride. His timing is impeccable, and he can make every throw on the field. But there are some red flags too. He holds the ball too long, which was also a concern with Derek Carr coming out of college. Another issue that the scouts noted is he plays like he believes he's Patrick Mahomes or Michael Vick, but he isn't as athletic as he thinks. Instead of stepping up in the pocket, he drifts backward, which will cause problems at the NFL level. One scout said that Sanders needs to understand what he is and play within that. There are also leadership concerns. After a game against Nebraska, he publicly criticized his offensive line, and he's made other comments that have raised questions about his ability to lead an NFL team. He also gets too caught up in on-field trash talk, which can be distracting. Scouts aren't questioning his character, but they are wondering if he has the right mentality to lead an NFL franchise. Despite these concerns, Sanders' potential cannot be dismissed. Pocket passers have still found success in the NFL, as seen with quarterbacks like Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert, and Patrick Mahomes. However, Sanders' ability to process defenses, make quick reads, and deliver accurate downfield throws will be key factors in determining his success at the next level. Another factor affecting Sanders' draft stock is the rise of other quarterbacks in the 2025 class. Hondo Carpenter, while evaluating the opinion of other analysts and scouts, puts Cam Ward at the top of the quarterback class. Every single scout and executive, he argues, ranks him #1 with no debate. The main reason is he throws the ball effortlessly. A scout said that it looks second nature to him whether he's under pressure or not. His mobility and improvisation skills stand out, though no one is saying he's on the level of Patrick Mahomes or Josh Allen. However, he does show flashes of that ability to create plays out of nothing. Cam Ward's football IQ is another strength. One scout said he knows his playbook inside and out, comparing his understanding to Peyton Manning. Coaches at Miami have praised his ability to process information and execute plays with precision. His arm talent is also impressive. He can throw from multiple angles, over the top, sidearm, underhand, similar to Mahomes or Brett Favre. He's got the tools teams love in a quarterback, but there are concerns. The biggest issue is turnover. A scout pointed out 9 throws this season that would have been interceptions at the NFL level. Another concern is his tendency to rely too much on his athleticism. He needs to learn to take what the defense gives him instead of forcing plays. Finally, he struggles when defenses disguise their coverages. He reads defenses well before the snap, but when things change post-snap, he can get thrown off. Another guy, Jaxson Dart, is widely considered the second best quarterback in this class. Some have Shedeur Sanders ranked higher, but most evaluators place Dart at number 2. Dart has plenty of experience, 45 games played, 41 starts. He thrives under pressure, and scouts love his ability to stay composed in tough situations. One scout even compared him to a diamond. The more pressure, the better he performs. His touch and accuracy are exceptional. He delivers the ball with precision and consistently puts it in the right spot. He's a fearless runner. When it's time to scramble, he doesn't hesitate. He runs with purpose, not for flash. Scouts also praise his toughness. He lifts with his offensive linemen and is always surrounded by them. That says a lot about his leadership. On the flip side, he has some weaknesses. His accuracy on long throws isn't where it needs to be, though some believe this is more about the offensive systems he's played in than his actual ability. He also needs to improve his ability to go through progressions. Ole Miss runs a quick read offense, so he hasn't been asked to work through multiple reads often. Another concern is his throwing mechanics. His release point is too low, which could lead to passes being batted down in the NFL. In the recent Las Vegas Raiders Insider podcast on scouting reports, Carpenter highlighted 2 underrated prospects, the quarterbacks that scouts believe could be sleepers in this draft. First is Graham Mertz from Florida. Mertz tore his ACL late in the season, but he threw for nearly 10,000 yards in college. Scouts like his experience and believe he could be a surprise success story in the NFL. His biggest hurdle will be proving he's healthy. And the second prospect is Taylor Elgersma from Laurier, Canada, a name that caught great attention. He played in Canada, so the level of competition is a concern, but at the Senior Bowl, scouts were stunned by his performance. Multiple evaluators said he was the best quarterback there. He didn't receive an invite to the NFL Combine because teams submit their requests in December, before the Senior Bowl happened, but the Raiders should keep an eye on him. One scout said that this is the kind of pick that puts a GM in the Hall of Fame. Beyond the quarterback position, the Raiders have several other pressing needs in the draft. Strengthening the offensive line, improving the pass rush, and adding depth in the secondary are all priorities. While quarterback is the headline-grabbing decision, the team must also ensure it builds a well-rounded roster to support whoever lines up under center. Now, let's shift focus to the NFL Combine, which is just a week away. This is where some of the biggest athletic freaks put on a show. A lot of guys will boost their stock, and some may even set records. One player to watch out is Shamar Stewart. There's an outside chance he could be the #1 overall pick, and that might sound crazy to some. But early in the process, his Texas A&M teammate Nick Scorton was getting all the hype. That's changed. Now, Stewart is ranked ahead of him, and some believe his physical traits could make him the top pick. At the Senior Bowl, Stewart measured in at 6 feet 5 inches, 281 pounds. Bigger than 90% of edge rushers. And he's not just big, he's fast. The only player he resembles is Myles Garrett. This isn't a Tyree Wilson situation. Stewart is quicker, more explosive, and more flexible. If he runs solid at the Combine, he's likely going top 5. His tape isn't perfect. He needs to refine his technique, but teams fall in love with size and athleticism every year. We've seen teams draft guys like Travon Walker over more productive players purely because of traits. Abdul Carter is another guy to watch at the Combine. He is undersized but explosive. Jordan Birch is another lad who's bulked up. Kenneth Grant is also a massive as well as productive defensive tackle who should go in the top 2 rounds. Tyleik Williams, once a top 5 prospect, now looking to solidify his stock. Tetaroa McMillan comes with a small frame, so it's to be seen if his measurements hold up. Then there's Travis Hunter, a game changer with the ball in his hands. He's electric. Instead of a corner, he should be drafted as a receiver. Well, the draft process is always unpredictable. Stocks rise and fall based on workouts, interviews, and team needs. But one thing's for sure, this year's class has plenty of talent to keep an eye on. Let me know your thoughts in the comments.